Little side note before the video starts, if you guys want to purchase Battlefield Hardline, it's $45 on the website down below. You can find premium discounted there at a future time as well. You can buy Evolve, Assassin's Creed Unity, basically any game you're thinking about coming out sometime in the next few months, you could probably pick up around $45 on there. So check it out and enjoy the video. Hey, what is going on there, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Pone, coming at you guys with a Battlefield Hardline gameplay. Now, I kind of wanted to just complete the entire beta to give an honest review, what I think about this game, do I think it'll succeed, the flaws, things they need to fix beforehand. And there are a couple things that I actually consider game-breaking / disappointing. I want to share those with you guys now that I've had enough time to reflect and think about everything. So without further ado, my honest, straightforward review. Here we go. First things first, I want to address something. This is something that I've been seeing a lot of. I've been shared articles and stuff. A lot of people have to understand something. Battlefield is now on a year-to-year title, or at least that's what they're expecting to do. What's this mean? They want about $120 a year from you guys. Not a lot of people are happy about that. 5 years back, $120 would buy you a game for each year. Now you have to do it every year. A lot of people are disappointed about it. I remember reading an article just a few years back where DICE said, hey, yeah, we're with EA. We still are our same selves, though. We don't want to charge for DLC. Here we are years later with Premium, and that didn't pull through. So needless to say, it'll mount up. Oh, gay! Gay! Alright, I apologize. It was actually just a little clip from a live stream the other day. Honestly, you gotta understand when you partner with a company like EA. I actually respect them. A lot of people hate them in the world. I understand what they're supposed to do. They're a business. Their goal is to make money. They're gonna maximize the amount that they can make. That's why they have battle packs for sale, why you can buy shortcuts for weapons. They want to be able to make as much money as possible, and I admire that. That's everyone's goal. Anyone thinking that that's not a possibility is one thing. Now, the thing is it also steps into this realm where now not only do you want $120 for one game and a little bit of DLC, but they also implement the fact that it's not just new maps, it's new weapons, new equipment, new everything, so it entices the player. So yes, they can always fall back on the cushion of saying, oh, it's not required, you don't have to pay $120 for your game, but they expect you to, and most people do. That's not generally a favorite. We've been doing it for a couple years now, and not a lot of people like it. Now, to be honest, I dealt with it. It's okay. I don't want that to happen because when companies like this start doing it, other companies are going to do it too, and it's just going to get to where we're going to have to spend $500 a year on 4 or 5 games, whereas that used to get us 10 games 5 years ago. I know things change. I know things become more expensive, but that's a little extreme. That's like all of a sudden you're working for $10 an hour, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, hey, you know what? No, I'm going to pay $5 an hour. What do? You'll probably quit your job, right? So, I see a lot of people upset about that. A lot of people are not happy that they're trying to take more money out, and now that it's on a year-to-year title, what's that going to do? I think it's going to hurt the sales of this game a little bit, because not a lot of people are going to want to pump in, you know, an extra $120 into this game. Now, I will be honest with you guys, I've enjoyed my time in Hardline more than I have in Battlefield in a long time. I actually prefer Hardline over the traditional Battlefield. Traditional Battlefield's great, no. I love the armor, I love the aspect, but sometimes I just like casual play. And they're aiming at a pretty unique experience here. So, where all those people are like, I don't want to try Hardline, it's not like Battlefield. You could wait another year and get your Battlefield on the 2-year cycle that you're used to so you get that same experience. But if you want to try a different game, like Hardline, do that. Stop thinking of it in that aspect as, oh, it's Battlefield. Don't think of it about a Battlefield. Think of it about being a new game. It's casual. They have games where you're going to be able to race and shoot each other down a highway. They have casual game types, single CTF and blood money, heist. These are just more fun, free, careless things. Now, on top of that, I think they're adapting a very dangerous part of games that do that, similar to how COD does. Now, what I mean by this is they are completely eliminating what Battlefield is when doing this game, and how I defend that exact statement is, look at how the equipment and the classes are set up now. Battlefield has always been about teamwork. Believe it or not, we complain about not getting ammo, not getting health, not getting revived, but it happens sometimes. It doesn't really happen at all in Hardline. Why is that? They've implemented Survivalist, which, if this game does drive me to wit's end, Survivalist will single-handedly do that. Not only do I have limited ammo, but I have to kill somebody twice. If I'm fighting 3 people at once and I'm out of ammo and this other guy is able to revive himself and kill me beforehand, that's horrible. That's absolutely a horrible concept. It needs to be stripped from the game before it kills the game. It's promoting selfish play. Who needs to run the revive stick anymore when you can go ahead and stab yourself and bring yourself back to life every fucking time? You have 2 lives per round, not 1. And I think that's absurd. I don't think that's fair. It means it's just basically eliminating any bit of, you know, residual battlefield elements and taking away from that. They're not going to run, you know, certain things like that anymore. Let's flip it on over. Think about the traditional support class. You know, in support, you know, they drop ammo, they support their team, they do that kind of stuff, they suppress. In this game, you can run around with a shield on your back and not get shot, or you can drop ammo. What are you going to do? People are running around with other equipment, tasers and stuff, at their advantage to help them play a little bit more selfishly to benefit their means. You just, here soon, you're going to see nobody running anything short of survivalist and having a shield on their back, and ammo is going to be gone because they're going to want to have their satchel charges and their other stuff to take out the armor. Ammo packs are about to become extinct, guys, and I know the concept. I like the idea of being able to go up to the class and retrieve ammo and health itself. That's great and all, but it's not convenient by any means. I think it's a cool concept when I'm in an elevator together with some guy and I can just grab some health if I need it or something like that. But by the time you hunt down a friendly and you need a little bit of health, your health is already regenerating. So again, I mean, some of these concepts, some of the things they've added were absolutely great. I love the red flicker when you get a headshot. I love some cool things that they added into this game. Another thing that I have a gripe with is the laser trip mines. Not a big fan of those. You could heavily fortify an area, and you can camouflage those and hide those on stairwells, little poles, and everything that a lot easier than you could claymores ever. And there aren't very many people that actually approve of claymores. Now you made something a little bit easier to conceal and harder to spot. So again, this is where we step into this realm of, is all this extra addition a good thing? I think no. I think they're just slowly declining their franchise by adding on these extra things, and that still, you know, resides in Battlefield 4. All these extra pieces of equipment. I mean, I think they're doing too much, and the more they add in, the more likelihood they have to succeed, but they also have that much more likelihood to fail on things too, and eventually have things that are just game-breaking. So, is Hardline going to be a good game? Yeah. Is it going to be able to compete with Advanced Warfare, Destiny, the other shooters coming out at the end of the year, the other shooters that you can pay $60 for, half the price for? How do you contend against that? You wonder why the PlayStation 4 just demolished the sales. That was just 20% difference. This is 50% difference that you're going to have to pay in a game. Advanced Warfare, Homefront. You know, there are so many shooters coming out at the end of the year that are going to be able to keep up with the caliber of game that this is. The game's going to be great. I'm going to own it. I want to play it. I like the game. I have fun playing it. But I also think if they don't fix certain things, the game's going to be dead in a month. Things like Survivalist. They need to realize that that's going to hurt the game and promote selfish gameplay and completely just throw away every sort of ounce of, you know, Battlefield that may be retained from this game. That's my honest review, guys. Right there, look at that. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Killed 3 guys, like 1 clip. This guy brings himself back to life and shoots me. How do you defend against that? I don't know. I don't know. It's crazy to me. That's exactly a perfect example of what I was just saying. So again, these things are just, they're flaws in their games. And I know it's still early. I know this may be fixed in time, but I heavily pressure them to think about their crowd, think about their community, and really just want them to open up their eyes. Too much does not mean better, does not mean innovation. Too much added in can easily just drown the game. It could weigh it down and eventually kill your franchise. This is their chance for them to make something different. They have a good concept involved. The zip lines, the grappling hooks, the theme, the single player is going to be phenomenal from what I hear. This game is very, very promising. If they fix the things, they remove things like Survivalist, which I don't expect them to, but I really urge them to, then they have a really good future title on their hand. And I'll buy it this year. I'll buy it next year. The next year it's out, excuse me. But sooner or later, I think they're going to start scaring away their loyal fan base because of the prices, the additions that are kind of hurting their game. I think they need to take a step back and start listening to the community a little bit more. And another thing that I just kind of felt like adding in there, it's a minor thing, but it can eventually be a little bit unnecessary because there will probably be more explosives available for certain classes by time it comes around. But as of right now, the only class that could take down those transport helicopters is basically the mechanic, and that's a little unnecessary, especially seeing as how they have more health or they're more tankier now. It takes 2 or 3 RPG direct hits to take it down, whereas in Battlefield, you know, so far it was always it would put it to 75, and it generally wouldn't take it straight down if you had a repair guy. But it's now just a plague, and they're so easy to just get in there. They're not the strongest things in the world, but they are quite annoying and unnecessary. You can't snipe through them. Half of the weapons and stuff in this game right now, half of the armor and vehicles are bulletproof glass, so you can't shoot through them, or you do very limited damage to armored trucks, so on and so forth. And it gets a little complicated with that being there. So nowadays, I mean, what explosives do you have available? You have, you know, so you can't throw a satchel's way up in the air to take those out. You know, you can put that on some of that stuff. But again, I think they need to reevaluate some of the stuff, balance out the classes a little bit more, which I think they will. So it's just a last little thing to leave with you guys, to put that in there. So hopefully they don't bury their own franchise. I'm scared of it. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not expecting it to happen. I'm afraid of it because I like the franchise so much. So again, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's commentary. Leave your comments and opinions down below. I'm eager to hear it, what the community has to say about this and what I've said today. I will catch you guys on another video coming soon. Actually, it's going to be a hardline montage. Look forward to it, guys.